safety car, safety car, safety car. Slow down, single file guys, single file, safety car, safety car.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Podium Broadcast of the AMF GT Dev Series. It is round 12 of Season 7. We're at Mount Panorama tonight. It is a 45-minute sprint race, not a 90-minute sprint race. One mandatory pit stop, GTE and GT3 mixed class races. The weather is overcast, and it is a morning time. 30% track stake carries on from practice and qualifying, and also sponsored by Century Batteries over in Lismore. Thanks for them for coming on board and sponsoring the series. It wouldn't have happened without them. And this is the last race of the series. Now, talking about that, joining me in the commentary booth once again is Mitch Wiley, and I'm Steve Kirk. Mitch, how you going, bud?
Yeah, going good, mate. It's good to be back in the commentary booth again and at beautiful Mount Panorama.
Yes. Australian turf. Everyone knows this track so well.
Yeah, even people that don't live in Australia know this track very well.
Yeah, no, it's a good track to race on. Not to mention visit as well and watch the Bathurst 1000. A little bit of different cars though, V8s over these GT3s, but the GT3 12 hour of Bathurst is actually getting some traction over the past few years. So it's definitely going to be a big thing in Australia.
Yeah.
I think they need to pull out some more and get some more races of the GT3s and GTEs over here.
Yeah, instead of just having the 12-hour sprint. Or
Yeah.
12-hour enduro, I should say,
Yeah.
sorry.
Well, that's a pretty long sprint race.
Yeah, you can call it a sprint race if you want to.
You might as well.
Treat it as a sprint, so...
You probably would, compared to
Yeah.
like the Nürburgring or tracks like that. Bathurst is only 2.6 k's long, 2.13, I think.
2.613.
Oh, there you go. I was close. I was close.
Yeah, so...
All right, we've got a full grid tonight as well. We've got, 44 cars, 42 cars or something, right?
we have a total of... There's 50 cars in the server,
Oh,
minus the 2 admins.
that's going to be awesome tonight. Hopefully that everyone gets clean on the first lap. So while everyone is coming to the grid, let's jump on with the GT3 grid tonight. Stephen Lattimore out of P1, Craig Edwards out of P2, Matt Morris out of P3, Greg Burke out of P4, William Mitchell out of 5th, Trent Thomas out of 6th, Chris Whitaker out of 7th, Kenneth Latter out of 8th, Hayden Veld out of 9th, and Justin Wallace out of 10th. Dave Clements at 11th, Taylor Oakes 12th, Dean Ross 13th, Wayne G. Hewitt out of 14th, Jeremy Clark out of 15th, Adam Gardner out of 16th, Lee Caldulus, out of 17th, Darren Huxham out of 18th, Stephen Bartholomew out of 19th, Gavin Barber out of 20th, over the page Todd Parks in 21st, Stephen Davis in 22nd, Ben Cartwright in 23rd, Desmond Hinkley out of 24th, Brenton Hawkins out of 25th, Chris Barnes out of 26th, 27th goes to Pat Gallo, and the rest are in race control, so they won't be taking the grid. Let's go over to the GT3 grid real quick while we can. Nathan Anderson at P1, Scott Gamble out of P2. Don't forget to go check out his live stream on Facebook as well. Brady McHugh out of P3, Simon Ladd out of P4, Nathan Nightingale in 5th, Martin Casey out of 6th, BJ Kennedy out of 7th, Chris Uding out of 8th, Michael Spithill out of 9th, Mark Dial out of 10th. Over the page to Bradley Saunders, the new man for Team 111 Esports out of 11th, Andrew Lang out of 12th, Brendan Young out of 13th, 14th is Alexander Newton, Greg Sharp 15th, Daniel Page 16th, Stephen Christensen 17th, Ben Arthur 18th, 19th is Aaron Gilbert. And yeah, we'll have to cut a little bit close there. We will go back and show you this a little bit later on as the boys are coming round to the final corner, and it's all on Steve Lattimore. When he's ready to go, he'll drop the hammer and set this race in motion for the last race of the AMF GT Dev Series of round 17. Season 17. 7. Spit it out, Steve.
7.
All right, as he drops the hammer, Steve Lattimore goes through. Craig Edwards, nice move there, but looking back into the 4th position, they're a little bit too wide there. What's going on there? Hopefully they get around this nice and easy round Hell Corner. Up the mountain straight. There is a big gap back into the GT3s, and let's have a look at them while they're going to start their race and go around to turn 1. Right behind them, Scott Gamble's a little bit side by side there with Mark Dial, is it? Or BJ Kennedy gets through, so Scott Gamble just drops a position there. Unlucky for him, but it is way early days. Everyone got around right. Real nice, actually, to be honest.
Yeah, beautiful start from everyone.
Even up the mountain into the GTEs.
I reckon they've all learnt from the last time they all raced here.
Yeah, there's too many walls and it's too tight to even go up against anyone on the first lap. It is just too tight.
Especially over the top of the mountain. That's where you don't want to make a move.
Not at all. Not at this stage anyway. I know it is a 45-minute race, but give it at least a couple of laps before you want to try and send it on them.
Yeah, why not?
Well, they've went off to a nice start here. Steve Lattimore's up on Craig Edwards at the moment. Matt Morris is in there in P3. So not many positions have changed at the moment.
Nah. No, better
Brady.
watch Justin Wallace come through the field too, because him and Stephen Lattimore are actually fighting for 2nd position in the championship.
Yeah, Scott Gamble's actually dropped 2 spots off the start. He's back in P4 for the GT3s. He did start in P2. There is a couple of banging around. I think Pat Gallo's got a little bit of damage and he's been there.
We've got Chris Barnes in the pits too, with no front bonnet or bumper.
Yeah, then we have Ben Cartwright's gone a little bit slow. Brenton Hawkins is a little bit slow.
Yeah, we've got Brendan Young in the pits for GT3 and Alexander Newton as well in the pits. So something's happened there. We've missed it.
Yeah, on the top of the mountain there. As you can just see that RPR car go, Ben Cartwright just go real wide. Coming out of the chase there, he's going to stay out of the way of the GTEs, or GT3s should I say, sorry. And he's just going to pull up. Alright, let's go back into the pack of the race. Obviously, we did miss that accident. I might try and pull it up a little bit later on. Just let the few laps, or first few laps, just everyone settle in. And hopefully everything goes to plan with these boys. What a season we've had, mate. What a season.
Oh, it's been a very tight, contested season.
Oh, it has. But even though with Craig Edwards just killing it in the Beamer, but there was a, you know, the second of Stephen Lattimore he was keeping in there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I'm not
even
going to
though
make
that-
any championship announcements yet.
Nah. Well, look, between the top, I think it's the top 7 or 8 in the GTEs, it's all very tight. Which is what you want to see.
That's it, eh? You don't want one person to win it by miles.
No. No, you don't want Craig Edwards to win every single race.
Oh, he did for a fair bit though.
Well, we did. He disappeared last week.
Alright, let's jump back into the GT3s. Brady McHugh's taken out on P1 so far over Nathan Anderson. So that was a change of position as well. These beamers are going
Got
well.
on my relative, Justin Wallace is up to 5th position already.
Yeah, and he did start in P10.
Same, Dean Ross is up 7. As Matt Morris just sets the fastest lap of the race.
No, Justin's still in P10.
He's yeah, right, okay. My timing screen's telling me lies.
Oh, look at these two going side by side. Trent Thomas, Chris Whitaker takes over Trent Thomas into turn 2.
Oh,
And he's
going
going to go for another one. Oh, well, that was a bit too close there.
That was.
But you see that all the way back from, you know, William Mitchell all the way back to Kenneth Ladder. They're all pretty tight, so if one mistake happens at the front of that pack there, they're all in it.
Tangled up.
Yeah, they're all in it.
There's no backing out of it on this track. I'm sorry to say that, but
No. 100% committed, full send.
yeah. Send the next guy to the moon.
Yeah, that's it. That's pretty much what happens.
With the iRacing physics.
Apparently they're fixing that next patch.
Car 179, you have a 20-second stop and hold penalty for causing collision at the chase. I repeat, car 179, you have a 20-second stop and hold for causing collision.
That is BJ Kennedy of the GT3s.
We're at the chase.
Yeah, so obviously that was that whole incident there. No, it can't be because he was a GT3. He would have been behind them all.
There was 2 GT3s in the pits though.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to go back and have a look.
I can hear some real wall banging stuff happening. And I think BJ Kennedy.
Safety car.
Let's see if we can get a look at
Safety
this.
car, guys. Safety car, safety car.
Just in front of him there, yeah, a massive accident between them all. The track was blocked going into the dipper.
Into the dipper.
Yeah, close enough
Oh,
too.
yes. Darren Huxman, he's going very slow. He was obviously involved.
I got a quick replay of it 2 seconds ago. Yeah, didn't look too much, well, too good. Especially with BJ Kennedy saying he had a 20-second stop hold. And then he just writes his car off. So, you know, subtle as a train smash, but that's how it is.
Well, I'm just riding on board with Brenton Hawkins here just to see what's happened.
Oh, someone just got jumped in the pits. Nathan Anderson just jumped Brady McHugh in the pits. So they've taken their pit stops. Cars are getting waved around.
As you see, again, the BMW is out in front of the GT3 field again.
Alright, let's have a look through the field while we're here. Oh, interesting racing tonight. We actually have a safety car.
Yeah.
What's going on there?
Last race of the season, you see, so they're just sending it.
Yeah, don't hold back, just give it. But everyone's in the mood of the Le Mans 24 Hour, so, you know, If me and Mitch sound a little bit quiet, it's probably because me and him had the late stint last night. So
Yes. Oh, did you get a replay of what happened?
sure did.
You did, yeah.
Sure did.
That was just bad timing, I guess.
It was, as you can see, all pretty much everyone
Oh,
jumping into the pits.
oh, oh.
Everyone is. Look at them all. Get it out the way now. That's it. It's green racing to the end. Touch wood. Or not touch wood. I don't know. Whatever. I'm not cursing anyone. Look at it. Look how
Nah.
many's in there.
No cursing.
No, I'm not cursing anyone.
Justin Wallace, Kenneth Latta,
Everyone is in the pits.
Chris Whitaker, Trent Thomas, William Mitchells, Matt Morris, Craig Edwards, Stephen Lattimore.
It is
Wow.
full.
Wow.
Alright. As they're all leaving the pits now.
There's 4 cars that did not come into the pits.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, Greg Burke, Adam Gardner, Todd Parks, Stephen Davis, Andrew Lang, Bradley Saunders, Aaron Gilbert in the GT3s, also Craig Curry. Oh, there you go, Bradley's in now. That is how you park completely straight in a pit booth, by the way. I'm not going to say anything to that.
Craig Edwards has been really hurt in that pit lane.
Yeah, dude.
He's down to 9th by the looks of my JRT.
Yeah, well, that means Stephen Lattimore's in 5th.
But then we've got the 4 guys that haven't pitted there in front of them, so
That's going to hurt a little bit. So
that is.
hopefully the restart's a little bit nicer. As they're just cruising around.
A few wave rounds. The director's having a rant over it.
Yeah, good. So he's waving people through. So basically to organise the field again.
Yeah.
So we don't have any mishaps going into turn 1.
Don't have a GT3 out in front of everyone else.
Yeah, we've had that in a couple of races before and it didn't end well.
No.
No, it doesn't end well at all. But not only that, if you get around Hell Corner, you know.
Mm.
Well, if you've ever done an official race on iRacing, you know what it's like at Bathurst.
Yeah, well, they don't bring out
We
the
are going
safety
to do
cars.
one more lap of pacing, guys, just so I can get the cars all in the right order. Just one more lap of pacing, guys.
No wuckus. That was Ryan Colstead, the man, coming in to tell us what's going on.
The man.
The man, he runs the whole kit and caboodle down here. He is Mr. GT Dev Series.
He's the chief.
So if he tells you when you got to go into a pit bay, you go into that pit bay. But as we were saying before, hopefully that they organise it all so they can get around Hell Corner nice and easy, up the mountain straight into Griffin's Bend, and there's no accidents, especially at the cutting, because that is where you get like a 15-car pile-up, especially on restarts.
Well, we seen what happened coming down into the dipper. There was a 20-car pile up there, but yeah.
Oh, optimal conditions as well, mate. 27-degree track. That's just awesome. I'd call that's just perfect.
It's a beautiful day to be sitting on the side of the track watching these guys drinking a few cans.
That's it, man. Nah, but you need the Bathurst 12 hour for that. That's definitely the one to go to.
I wouldn't make the 12 hours drinking, I don't reckon.
No. Oh, half of it's night time.
Yeah, well.
Well, it
That's
is
true.
pretty much. It does start in the afternoon and then goes from there, really.
Yeah.
Just see all these cars bunching up a little bit, trying to sort themselves out. By the way, that's the only Audi we have in this field. There's only one Audi left, I think.
No, I think he's in. Oh, he was.
Stephen,
Last time I
yeah.
looked, he was in the pits.
Stephen Christensen is the only Audi that runs in the AMF GT Dev Series.
Hey, I run the Audi.
Do you?
Yeah.
Well, you're not racing, are you?
Nah, I've retired.
You've
Taking
retired.
up commentary now. Taking
Okay,
up commentary.
yeah, that's it. Jump in the booth. Show it's how
jump
it's
in the
done,
booth
Mitch.
and jump in the booth and watch everyone else race.
That's it, eh? As we'll say about the GT Dev Series over the whole entire season, we have said a lot about the cars and the setups. They are fixed setups. Obviously, because it is called Aussie Mixed and Fixed GT Dev Series, all these setups are done by the pros, and all the cars are pretty much bang on the same. So that's what makes it so fun. You don't have your own setup that you can have one super quick guy up the front.
Car 151 has been removed from the server from ignoring race control commands.
Oh, naughty, naughty.
Stephen Christensen.
Ah,
The Audi.
the Audi. We have
Oh.
no more Audis. Zero Audis.
Oh, quick, get me in. Get me in there.
Yeah, you go jump in the car and we can do commentary. You know?
I'll do commentary from the cockpit.
Yeah, why not? There's something different.
Can't say it'd be PG rated, but you know.
Yeah, no. Yeah,
We're
it's
going
always.
green this lap, guys. We're going green this lap. When the paced car pulls away, the leader will control the race restart. We will tell you when you are clear and safe to do so.
Oh. Ryan does jump in here and he says what he does say in the server so we can understand what the drivers are hearing as well. Because unlike real racing, we actually have voice channels that every driver can hear and communicate on. Just makes it a little bit easier in some sim racing scenarios.
It's good.
Yeah, it is good, but yeah, if you just chuck it on driver or your team, it's real, like realistic stuff. It's not like SVG can sit there talking to Scotty McLaughlin saying, "Hey mate, how you going? Can you slow that Ford down?"
Yeah, you want to go for a beer after the race?
Yeah. What are you doing this Friday? Yeah. Testing? Yeah, no worries. Aero? Yeah, no. Weight? Yeah, no.
Yeah, what's your brake bias?
What's your front bar setting, bro?
Give us your setup.
Send us the setup, bro. I think SVG gets asked that enough on iRacing. Hey, bro, can I have your setup?
I reckon.
There is a few real race car drivers that do jump onto iRacing. It's kind of it's fun when we just get absolutely wiped by them.
We've got a couple of comments in the YouTube chat too.
We do too.
Daniel Page, hey boys, my iRacing died. Let me come and chat to you two. Yeah. You have
Maybe.
to have a license to do this stuff, mate.
Maybe. Who's in comms here? Tricky96. Okay, there you go. Commentators. Mitch Wiley,
Anthony
Steve Kerr.
Winkleman. Is that right? Director?
Who did what?
Oh. I just got word Tricky96 is that person's name I said before from the director.
Oh, Roger.
He's just going to get confirmation for me.
As we see the cars coming down. All held up behind Greg Burke at the moment.
Anthony. Oh, he's just said hello. Hello, Anthony.
Who said let me in? Alright, back under green racing as Greg Burke comes round the final corner and over the start-finish line. He's going to drop the hammer. Back of the pack here. Let's have a focus on that. Steve Lattimore's already jumped one position by the looks of the timing screens. Or is it one because someone has... Yeah, they've returned around and went back. We've got to give an... Oh! An end of line by the safety car director. Okay, as they coming up mountain straight, Craig Edwards is in P8, so that would have hurt him a little bit. Going for that pit stop, going back into Justin Wallace has dropped one into P11 as he makes a move on Hayden Veld around the inside into Murray's. Everyone is doing a good job so far. Oh, that Ford got real wide.
Craig Edwards all over the back of Trent Thomas too.
Yeah, I think he'll be edging to get back to exactly where he was before.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to sit there by far.
Former teammates too, so.
They'll know how they drive. Let's look at the telemetry on that. Also, let's shoot down the field. Also, Wayne G. Hewitt is really close as well, and a little bit of a battle pack going all the way back. Let's go have a look at the GT3s. With Brady McHugh is not letting Anderson get away at all. He did jump him in the pit there, and it was just... I didn't make too much a note of it, but he just got him, as all three cars of Nathan Anderson, Brady McHugh and Simon Ludder did pull out the pit bays at the same time. They were actually 3 wide in the pit. So that was interesting. Scott Gamble has dropped back, but he's right behind Andrew Lang, and he's not letting him go. As you can see, him just coming into a little bit of a dipper there. Yeah, he was real close, but dropping back through the GT3 field, the guys are doing a good job to keep the tyres on the black stuff. Let's move all the way back up. Trent Thomas, what is going on?
What a battle. Todd Parks in the pits.
That's going to be the interesting one to watch. Trent Thomas with Craig Edwards behind him.
Stephen Lattimore, fastest lap.
Yeah, lap 3 is 159.767. These guys are going to be on the edge, like they did.
Trent Thomas down the inside of William Mitchell. Side by side still. Trent Thomas got a little bit. Oh, Craig Edwards is going to take advantage of this. Oh.
That was going to be 3 wide into the cutting, but that was a smart move. Craig Edwards getting to run out. Don't think he's got the speed on it for this corner. Daniel Page. Steve, do you want to tell everyone about your recruitment tactics? Seems to have quite a few ex-Race on Oz drivers. Well, if they want to join a better team, I'm not going to stop them.
Lol.
Alright, coming down. Craig Edwards has got 1 spot back. Let's see what he does with the next one. But let's look behind him. Justin Wallace got past on Hayden Veld. Go through. We've still got Greg Burke and Adam Gardner up the front here that haven't done their pit stop either.
Yeah.
And they're pulling away from Stephen Lattimore. So if Stephen Lattimore just gets that little bit of a distance on the rest of them, Chris Whitaker as well, they're all holding Craig Edwards up, or William Mitchell, so I don't see that's going to happen. Not for long.
Steve and Chris have kind of checked out.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Look, if Steve benefits from now, puts his foot down, and gets that gap, he's only got to hold it for 24 minutes, because Craig Edwards getting slowed up.
Yeah, that's it. There was a bit of contact too just before between Justin Wallace.
Oh, look at them pulling into the last corner there. Hayden Veld and Justin Wallace going side by side. Obviously, the teammates, they'll be talking, saying, hey, mate, let me through. Otherwise, this Porsche's going to take the Ferrari out and put him in the wall. But as you can see, Justin Wallace going round. That's how team driving is all about. Let's go back up. Chris Whitaker is just dropping behind. He's 0.8 of a second behind Stephen Lattimore. And then Craig Edwards just got William Mitchell.
This Trent Thomas is going to try and capitalise on it too.
Pretty close, but yeah. Into the cutting.
Now Craig's just going to put the foot down and go for it.
That's it. But look, okay, we always see this fight going through. So while we're here, let's go through the whole entire field. Give everyone some 5 seconds of fame. Greg Burke is leading. Got on your buddy. Adam Gardner in P2. Steve Lattimore in P3 with a little bit of gap. Chris Whitaker in P4. Craig Edwards in 5th. That's the gap that he needs to catch up with. William Mitchell in 6th. Trent Thomas, followed by Matt Morris. Justin Wallace behind him in front of his teammate of Hayden Veld. Dean Ross following in the Ford GT3. Don't see many of them in this race either. Kenneth Ladder in 12th. Dave Clements in 13th. 14th is Taylor Oakes. Let's get a better view of their cars for you. That's kind of a rubbish TV camera. Lee in 15th. So I'm not going to pronounce your last name, bud. I'll just probably embarrass myself. 16th, Gavin Barber. Beautiful car. Look at that. I always like them
literally-
WPC concreting cars. I
I was
absolutely love them.
just about to say that. That is actually a very nice looking paint.
It is a. Alright, Wayne G. Hewitt just behind him, and a very similar looking paint. Jeremy Clark in 18th. Stephen Bartholomew in 19th. Chris Barnes in 20th as he takes a spin.
Oh!
That is not the right time to do that, and the flaming beamer. Oh, as he just gets in front of Brenkin Hawkins. No touching at all, but hey, it's not going to help your lap time.
No.
Followed by Steve and Davis. Brenton Hawkins obviously behind him, both for PRT, and Chris Barnes had a little bit of a moment down into the last corner. Let's go to the GT3s. Nathan Anderson up the front with Simon Larder in second. Scott Gamble in third. So he's getting his mojo back, and he's jumped 2 spots back already, so that's good for him. Hi to everyone that's watching Scott's stream. Andrew Lang in P4th, Martin Casey in 5th, Michael Spithill in 6th, Chris Uding in 7th, Bradley Saunders in 8th, and a lovely purple and cyan car. 9, Nathan Nightingale, followed by Greg Sharp that rounds out the top 10, followed by Ben Arthur that's coming over the hill, and Andrew Gilbert that's not far behind him, as you can see, Craig Curry.
Aaron Gilbert.
Brady McHugh is in the pits. What happened with that? He was in content. He was doing really good. What's going on there?
Oh,
I'll have to try and
go
find
back
something
in.
out. Yeah, I'll have to try and find out what happened with Brady there, because he came out. You know, he was leading at one spot.
He was. We'll get the director onto that one.
All right, Craig Edwards, a little bit of update on that. 2.26 seconds behind the back of Chris Whitaker. And then it is a further 1.3 seconds to Stephen Lattimore. He has 19 minutes and 55 seconds to do it. Will he
Dean
do
Ross
it?
has just dropped down my timing sheets.
Dean Ross, let's go have a crack.
Ah, there we go. Spun it round into the chase. Bit of contact between him and Hayden Veld, is there?
Alright, let's see if we can get a replay. Let's jump back and say
Yes.
replay. See if we can find him. And go to a different camera view so you can actually see what's going on. Get rid of the telemetry. Oh yeah, he sent it up the inside.
He
Just
did.
went through. That's all on him.
Bit of contact with Hayden Veld and
Yeah.
then just spun it round.
Hayden did a good job of keeping it on the track. He only lost 1 spot from that. Good on him.
Yeah, he did. He did.
Good on him. See?
In that lovely Ferrari.
I don't play favours. He's a race on us. Did a good job, mate.
He did do a good job.
Yeah, Steve Lattimore, P3.
Wayne
Oh, no,
Hewitt
right.
has disconnected from the race. He's put her in the trailer and gone on.
Oh, is he? No, he's probably just gone to the, top pub. You can sit there and watch this fight happen.
Yeah, well, that he probably has.
Look at this. Greg Burke not backing down, even though it's not even for position.
No.
No, it's not, but he can get a toe from it and get a little bit more of a gap. But don't forget, he still needs to pit.
Yeah. Brady McHugh's back out on track.
Yeah, I wonder what happened to him.
Don't know.
Yeah, he's
Get the
dropped. He's dropped real far behind.
The director
Yeah.
will look that one up for us.
Yeah, hopefully we'll find an
Roger.
answer.
Brady McHugh.
All right, who's that just jumping into the pits? Was that was Adam Gardner? No, yes. Sorry. Just jumping in to do his compulsory pit stop. Greg Burke is the one up the front that hasn't done his yet. As you can see him going round into Hell Corner at the moment now. The lap car will get rounded up by Stephen Lattimore in the fuzzy background there. God, love some camera settings you can tweak with iRacing. So Adam Gardner is still in the pits. That leaves only 2 cars out of the whole entire lot that haven't pitted. Craig Curry and the man on screen at the moment, Greg Burke. But look at what's happening here. Chris Whitaker has got a little bit of traffic that might hurt a little bit. And watch Craig close that gap.
Kenneth Ladder all
what
over
a
the rear
move.
bumper of Justin Wallace.
There's another battle pack that's starting to happen.
There's a few little battle packs going on. Adam Gardner, Stephen Bartholomew and Jeremy Clark.
Oh, they're all close.
Hayden Build, Dave Clements, Kenneth Latta, Justin Wallace, Matt Morris. Then you got William Mitchell, Trent Thomas, Craig Edwards, who's all over the back of Pat Gallo, which is actually not for position, as he's just let him past. Well, I thought he did.
Ah, well, you know, whoever's got the best run out of the elbow, you're going to get past them on Conrod.
Unless you blow a Conrod.
Yeah, true. Or you, come up to that little bit of a kink into the chase is a bit of a scary moment, side by side in a V8.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Or you could even just send it straight through the gravel trap over the top of the tyre barrier.
Yeah, and jump it and take your 3-second penalty.
Yeah.
You'd probably lose more ground doing that, though.
Well, it all depends on your landing. Yeah, it depends on your landing.
If you keep it nice and clean. So these boys are running real nice. This usually happens while a safety car comes out. I just saw a shift in position there. I think it was Jeremy Clark who just got rounded up.
Gavin Barber into the pits. In the WPC concreting car.
Huey in the chat, mate. The one that packed it up and went to the top pub. He goes, that setup at this track was not my friend. I went home.
Didn't even bother to go to the pub.
No, just that was it. Car on the trailer, I'm going home. Yeah. Oh, well, there's always next season, mate. Oh, you can always come and jump in and do comms for the next 14 minutes. We should see who's in.
We've got a collision. Adam Gardner at the cutting.
Oh, trying to find it. Where is he? Oh my god.
Adam Gardner and Jeremy Clark.
Let's get a replay of that, hopefully.
Oh, Adam Gardner did that all on his own.
Ah, yeah, Rees and a Ferrari. Backed it into the wall.
Spun. Jeremy Clark as well.
Try to avoid it.
That's just unlucky, that is.
That's what happens.
The mountain will bite.
Now Gavin Barber in the WPC concreting cars trying to get through these GT3s. There's 5 of them in front. He's right behind Martin Casey at the moment. He's having a fight with Michael Spithill. And then he'll have a big gap up to Scott Gamble that is running in P3 at the moment. So he's got to get one more position to end where he started. But let's go up the front. Steve Lattimore is still leading over Chris Whitaker. And Craig Edwards, as you can see in the background, not too far away.
Greg Burke's actually leading. He just hasn't done his pit stop yet.
Did I say he was leading? My bad.
You said Stephen Lattimore's leading.
Ah, leading over Chris Whitaker. We're going to get into how we say things now. I'm too tired. Leave me alone. Mitch, don't pick on me.
It's alright. Stephen, he's technically the leader because Greg Burke has not pitted.
Mm-hmm.
But
Stephen Bartholomew did a 2:18 pit time. So something must have been going wrong with his car.
Wow.
Yeah. This race is set to determine the championship, isn't it? By Tricky96 in the YouTube chat. I'm not going to comment on that yet. Was that a technical answer?
No, it's a good answer.
I'll get Ryan to come in and talk about that. Simon Latta, right up the back of Nathan Anderson. Let's go have a look at this going through the top of the mountain.
These two boys are always battling.
Yeah, mate.
It's good. I like it.
It's the usual names, the same names up the top of the GT3 class, so it's really good.
It is.
And Scott Gamble was up there as well, you know, starting out at P2. From my memory. But Michael Spithill was behind him.
As the
And he's
Gavin
no
Barber
slouch.
still trying to get past these GT3s.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. These cars are so matched in speed. You got to beat them on the corners. And
well, as I'm just watching Gavin Barber now, he's
he's
not
struggling.
gaining nothing. Not gaining nothing.
All right, top speed between both of them. There's 2Ks in it. 2Ks an hour. So
Well,
Barber's
there you go.
2Ks faster than Martin Casey, and that's a GTE versus a GT3. So the only way he's going to beat him is in the corners, and there's only 3 corners you can do this on. Well, do it safely, I reckon. There's this one, Hell Corner, and then Murray's.
Yeah.
Alright, Matt Morris, I just saw drop down the timesheets. I think there's a little bit of an accident there. He has... Oh,
He's in the pits.
He's in the pits. What's going on? Let's see if we can get a... Oh, he's spun it. Let's go back even more. Where is he? Matt Morris. No, everything's going weird. Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, no, I can't.
Alright, he spun it all by himself. It wasn't too wasn't a massive accident there. Alright, Steve Lattimore.
Gavin Barber still trying to get past him. This is good. This is a good battle, eh?
But don't forget, it's overall position as well.
Yeah, I know. It's good.
So, technically, Gavin Barber is in P24, where Martin Casey's in P23. So, technically, it is for position, just in a different class.
Yeah. Greg Burke's in the pits.
Just seen a lot of cars. Dave Clements is real close to Justin Wallace. Greg Burke finally came into the pits to do his compulsory stop and out of the lead of the race, and hands it over to Stephen Lattimore. This is where we're going to be interesting, as you can see in the background there. That's just Brady McHugh getting rounded up by some GT3s. Craig Edwards gets through before turn 2. Taylor Oakes is getting rounded up by Dean Ross by looks of things, and he's got a little bit of front right fender damage on his car there, Taylor. Greg Burke came back out in P12. That's how much of a drop it would have been, rather than just taking your pit stop while the safety car was out. Chris Barnes is coming into the pits in his flaming Beamer. Had a few issues the last couple of laps. But again, that Gavin Barber hasn't rounded him up yet.
No.
Hasn't rounded him up.
No, he hasn't.
So let's see, Justin Wallace just disappeared off the screen.
Justin Wallace is in the pits.
Whoa, his car's bent. We have to go back. We have to go back, he said to Doc.
Oh.
Oh, a little touch on that wall, nothing major. Oh, it's unsettled the car, put into the wall, into 15 walls. Alright, let's go back. Unlucky for Justin.
Oh.
Alright, that was crazy stuff. I just saw him absolutely disappear off the timing screens for a quick second there. He gave us a heads up that something major was going on. Craig Edwards just sat the fastest lap of a 1:59.682. Wow.
Adam Gardner off at the chase.
Oh, let's have a look. No, he's coming back on the track. Nothing major. You've got a lot of room there, so you can get away with having a little bit of a hiccup down there.
You can.
There's only 5 that have done a 1:59 in this race. Have a guess who they would be.
Stephen Lattimore, Chris Whitaker, Craig Edwards, Trent Thomas, and Greg Burke.
Yep. How's that? So Greg
Very
Burke.
interesting because I was in the qualifying server watching that and the practice one, and nearly every single GTE did a 159.
Oh, Craig Edwards into the wall, the dipper. Just as I was arriving on board. I'm not joking you, mate.
Oh, yes.
See if he's got a little bit of steering damage or not. Let's go onto the cockpit view. See if we can see any differences in the steering coming down the straight here. He'd be analysing the car to hopefully that everything is all good. That's going to cost him a little bit of time. But is it championship implications? Maybe the director should shed some light on that.
Wow. Wow.
Just as I jumped on board to get a little bit of a hot seat view.
You jinxed him.
I did not.
He knew you were watching.
Yeah, it was just like the pressure. The pressure is on.
But
he's coming into the pits. Craig Edwards in the pits with 5 minutes to go. You would not do that if you were up against the championship with a guy that's 2 cars in front. Steve Lattimore will be hearing this on his radio. Just as you see Justin Wallace getting it a little bit sideways out of the pit exit there. Would the man be smiling behind that helmet?
Craig Edwards back out of the pits. As I've just got word from the director, he's doing the points standings at the moment for us.
Alright, I need to work it out, because if I try and work out numbers, otherwise you won't talk. Oh, as you can see, just in front of Craig Edwards, we've got 2 cars going for it. Who would that be? I'm trying to find out. Taylor Oakes and Dean Ross. They don't want to know that Craig Edwards is right behind them and they're touching each other going to Murray's.
Oh,
sorry.
Craig Edwards
Get it right.
Back down into 10th place.
He sure is. Griffin's, sorry, he's not Murray's. Jesus, Murray's the last corner. My bad.
That's alright,
Mate,
mate.
it's 24-hour weekend, alright? Leave me alone. Alright, let's go back to the GT3 class. Nathan Anderson is still leading awesomely over Simon Ladder and Scott Gamble. Still in P3. He's dropped off the pace a little bit. But right behind him, have a look. It's Gavin Barber. He finally got through over Casey and Spithill.
He didn't, did he?
He did, and he's got a massive gap. So obviously, Spitty and Casey must have had a little bit of a touch-up and a rub against each other, and he's benefited from that because you wouldn't jump 4.46 seconds that quick.
No.
So, Craig Edwards in P10 making a move over, that's Taylor Oakes there. Taylor Oakes is Ferrari. Something must have slowed him down going over the mountain because we did see that Dean Ross's Ford, they were having a little bit of a battle into Griffin's, but was that Justin coming back into the pits there?
Yes, it
It
is.
looks
Justin
like
Wallace
it.
is back in the pits.
He's in the pits again. Doesn't want to play. Obviously the car didn't get fixed up properly. I think he should go and sack one of the mechanics they've got there. Well, 3 minutes on the clock. Steve Lattimore is the leader of the race, followed by Chris Whitaker and Trent Thomas in P3. Obviously a little bit of upset for Craig Edwards and dropped back down to P9.
I've just got word he is currently 161 points in front, leading the championship. So
yeah, the point spread for win though.
another bang.
Yeah, Steve Lattimore just rubs up against the wall. Nothing major. That's the usual thing at Bathurst. Let's go through and see if there's any good fights going on. Closest would probably be Hayden Veld on the back of Kenneth Ladder at the moment towards the front of the field, going into Martin Casey on the back of Michael Spithill, but that's been going on for a fair whack, as we saw Gavin Barber trying to get through many times on these lads. What a race. It says we've got 4 laps left, but I highly doubt it'll be 4 laps.
Back up behind another GT3.
Scott Gamble. Scotty will let him go. He's that kind of decent driver.
Yes.
And if he's not, quickly go jump on Facebook and write in his chat, Steve said move. He'll probably reply because he talks to his chat while he's driving, so as they get nice and clear to that wall.
Oh, Andrew Lang has had an accident.
Oh, let's find him. Let's find him. Oh, I can't see him. What number? Oh, where is he?
Number 114.
Oh,
He's
114. There we go. Alright, let's have an instant replay and see what happened here. Yeah, that's one of these moments you've touched the wall or something, isn't it?
Yeah, he's got a bit loose
Yeah,
coming
he's
over
touched the
the
wall.
top.
No, he's went out wide, rear tyre, into the wall. Alright, while we're here, let's go back to Stephen Lattimore with 1 minute to go. What a run from him, Chris as well. These guys are only like pretty close.
They are.
Spit it out, Steve.
It's all
Pretty
right, mate.
close
It's been a long
lap
weekend.
times. It has, mate. I don't know when I've slept or been awake. You know, between the 1, 2, and 3, the lap times are pretty much the same. As you can just see that Merc just move out of the way from Steve. I would have got a little bit of a tow. Flashing the lights. He's already moved, Steve. As they come down Conrod Straight. Greg Burke just flashed and he's had an accident. Let's go back and get an instant replay of that. As he's come down into the dipper. He's hit the inside. Oh no, there's a massive crash. Many cars.
Oh, no.
Let's see if we can get even a better one of that.
As Stephen Latimer crosses the line and takes the win.
Is it not the final yet? Steve Lattimore, followed
It
by
is.
Chris Whitaker. Is it? I thought they had one more. Trent Thomas.
No,
William
that's
Mitchell
it.
in P4. Kenneth Latter in P5. But that was a massive smash up the top of the mountain. I could not miss that. Hayden Veld, followed by Dave Clements. Dean Ross and Craig Edwards on the final corner. Or was that just over the line there? Jeremy Clark, Darren Huxham. And followed by Greg Burke in his Beamer that has no front bumper whatsoever. Stephen Bartholomew close to him. Taylor Oakes coming down as well. Nathan Anstill still leading over Simon Larder for the win of the GT3 class as they come down into Murray's, should I say, now. Scott Gamble in P3. Nathan takes out the win, followed by Simon Latta, Scott Gamble, Michael Spithill still in a fight with Martin Casey just as they round up. Another car, but he's going to hold it out. As you can see, Lee's car is not too happy. That would have been caused by the massive pile up at the top of the hill. What a race. What a race.
We've still got one car to come across the line yet, Ben Arthur.
Where is he?
He's just coming into Murray's.
No, we got... Oh, no. Yep. He's the last one over the line.
He is the last one over the line.
Alright, that's the whole field.
And Craig Edwards, by the looks of it, got Dean Ross.
Yeah. Just as they had that massive smash over the start-finish line. I think it would have been a
missed that
fuel
one.
issue. Fuel issue. Alright, the results for the AMF GTE race at Bathurst. Round
cars
12
doing
of
the jump.
season. Are they all doing the jump?
Dean Ross, he's upside down.
Oh, let's go over. Let's go and get some boys, see if they're doing
Hayden Vild, Craig.
Are
Yeah.
they doing the jump? No. Who's doing
Probably want to get a replay of Dean Ross. He's on his lid with not a panel left on the car.
it? Is he? Alright, let's go to that, because just show the viewers of what stupidity we get up to. Let's hide this as they all do the jump. Oh, he copped that wall. Straight out. You can actually make it over that wall and land it on the other side. Thought we might as well show you that. That's what we do at Bathurst. All right.
Recommend it in
Yeah,
real
don't
life,
do it.
but
Don't
anyway.
do it. Yeah, don't do it. Not in a
No.
real life situation,
No.
or even in the middle of a race.
No.
All right, Stephen Lattimore takes out the win in his Ferrari from Race on Oz. Chris Whitaker in P2, followed by Trent Thomas in P3. William Mitchell got 4th. Kenneth Ladder in 5th. Hayden Veld in 6th. Dave Clements in 7th. Craig Edwards in 8th. Got over on Dean Ross on the line. Followed by Jeremy Clark rounds out the top 10. Over it to Darren Huxham. Greg Burke in P12. Didn't have a good moment up the top of the hill. He did get caught up in an accident on the last lap, but still got home. Stephen Bartholomew in 13th, Taylor Oakes in 14th, Gavin Barber in 17th. Unlucky for him, he's trying to get around GT3, he's pretty much half the night. Lee, I'm just going to say Lee in 21, followed by a few that have dropped down the order. Stephen Davis in 25th overall, Adam Gardner 27th overall, Pat Gull in 33rd with 2 laps down, Justin Wallace in P36, 3 laps down. Over the page is a few others that are way down the order. Chris Barnes, Matt Morris, Brenton Hawkins, Wayne G. Hewitt, that was in the YouTube chat before. Todd Parks, Keston Mack is in the race control. Ben Cartwright, Ryan Colstead, Justin Cotterill, the 2 AMF boys, and Desmond Hinckley didn't take the field. Let's go over to the GT3 results for tonight. Nathan Anderson takes out the win for PRT, followed by Simon Lana and Wright Sim Racing out of 2nd. Scott Gamble, well done to him coming through in P3. Good race from him, actually. Michael Spithill in 4th. Had a really good fight with Martin Casey in 5th. Chris Ewing in 6th. Greg Sharp in 7th. Ben Arthur in 8th. Bradley Saunders for Team 111 Esports in 9th. Nathan Nightingale rounds out the top 10. Over the page to Mark Dial in 11th. BJ Kennedy in 12th. Andrew Lang in 13th. Brady McHugh in 14th. Unlucky for him. I don't know why he pitted again. Obviously, there was some issue there. Craig Gurry out of 15th, Alexander Newton 16th, Aaron Gilbert in 17th, Stephen Christensen in 18th, Brendan Young 19th, Daniel Page for Race on Oz in 20th, and that will show your grid. Big shout out to Century Batteries Lismore. If you need any batteries for a watch to a truck or a whole pack on the East Coast, by all means get in touch with these guys. Without these, this series wouldn't have happened. And a massive shout out to them. Wow. Actually had some crashes tonight. What's going on?
We had a safety car, mate.
Yeah. I was like, hey, what? Can't happen.
Maybe we can even ask the boss himself, seeing as he's in here at the moment.
Why not?
Evening, gentlemen.
Mr. Ryan Colstead.
How are we?
Yeah, not too bad. Sleep deprived, but we're good. How are you doing?
I think most people are after the Le Mans 24.
Yeah. I was just about to say, how are you feeling?
I'm all right. I didn't actually race, so I'm pretty good. That was a good race actually. Bar one safety car. After the safety car, the race cleaned out really well. Everybody did really well after that. The reason we call the safety car is we actually had a car on its lid going through the S's. I thought that probably wasn't the safest of things to happen.
Yeah, that little bit of a crash. I did get a little bit on the replay where pretty much 4 of them got caught up in it. The same as the last lap. We had the same issue as well.
Certainly did.
Yeah.
Like we weren't going to call the safety car on the last lap.
Nah, forget it. Just let them go.
Yep, pretty much.
But no, that was a really good race.
It was a very good race. Congratulations to Stephen Lattimore. He finally converted those pole positions he's been getting all season.
Takes out the win.
He does. I think it's his first win. But it's a nice place to get your first win for the season.
On home soil.
Big shout out to Craig Edwards. He's taken out the standings for the season.
So how many? We're trying to work it out. How many points was it? It was very close. It wasn't too much.
He could have turned up this. He could have not turned up this week.
So you could have sat on the couch again and watched it.
yeah, what's going on with him?
He could have sat down and still won it by 13 points. I
Ah,
believe.
see, yeah, it was close. I know it would have been close, but
Yeah, it would have been close, but he would have taken the win. So yeah, fantastic effort from him this season. I think he's won all bar 2 races this season.
that is correct.
So yeah, fantastic drive from Craig this season. I just wanted to come in and say thank you very much to you gentlemen for this season. It's been awesome having the series broadcasted, and I'm looking forward to next season as well. And things that may or may not change further down in maybe season 9. Season 8 will stay the same. We will be GT3 GTE, but we may change that coming into season 9.
That sounds interesting.
It could be very interesting. Obviously, as season 8 progresses and we confirm what we're going to be doing, we'll keep everybody announced as to what's going to happen into season 9.
That's it, because as we pointed out a few times today, that in GT3s and GTEs, good old Barber had a hard time, like 5 laps trying to get past one.
Yeah, if you got a GT3 in front of you around this track and you're in a GTE, it's very, very hard to get past.
Yeah, so the man himself, Ryan, AMF. How's this whole season panned out for you, mate? It all came to fruition. Everything was nice and neat and cruised along.
It came along very nicely. Obviously, we've been working really hard in the background with RMS, trying to get this bit of software to load the servers the way we want them loaded, because iRacing doesn't allow us to load multi-class tournament sessions. Well, they do, but you have to do it manually, car by car, and pick who's in what and put them in manual spots, whereas the RMS software is allowing us to do that automatically now, and we're pretty much on top of it. So looking forward to the beta release of RMS, working very closely with Dave on that. Massive shout out to Century Batteries coming on board with us this season. It's been fantastic to have them on board with us. Looking forward to next season with them as well, and many more seasons in the future if we do go that way.
Yeah, that's awesome, mate.
And yeah, a massive thanks from AMF and the race control guys for you guys putting this broadcast on each and every week. We love it. Love watching the race back at the end of the season, and I think all the guys that race in the series get a real kick out of being able to watch the top split each week. So thanks very much to you guys as well.
No dramas from our bit, mate. We're more than welcome. Like it's awesome to come in every Sunday and see these guys race, and you get to know the community as well with the AMF GT Dev Series. You know, you can jump in one of these practice sessions that they have each week, and they know who you are. So no, it's our privilege to show the public and all the races what it's all about, and especially.
No, I won't give away too much, but I'll be interested to see how the broadcast goes next season with some new inclusions as well.
You're telling little secrets.
I'm not gonna. I'm telling just dangling a carrot, mate.
Yeah,
that's all.
That's it.
So yeah, really looking forward to that. Look, you got guys in the waiting room there for their interviews, mate. So I'm going to duck out, but I just wanted to say thanks for the season and looking forward to next season.
No wuckers, mate. All right.
Catch you guys.
See you, Ryan. All right. Well, while we're here, let's start with the GT3 guys and bring in Scott Gamble. Hopefully not halfway through a conversation as we usually bring people in. Scott Gamble, how you going, buddy?
Yeah, good, mate. Yourself?
Yeah, not too bad. Was that a bit of a shock, just getting dragged into chat then?
No, it was alright. I was expecting it to happen soon, Steve.
Yeah, that's
But we
it.
didn't catch him halfway through a conversation. So.
No, I know.
No, I was just listening to all the other lads talking.
Yeah, that's it, eh? Good run, mate. You dropped to 5th, then you got back to 4th, then back to 3rd, and good run tonight, man.
Yeah, thanks.
How was your stream?
Yeah, I think it went good. We had quite a few viewers on there, a lot of people commenting, so yeah, it was good. It was good to have company through it.
Yeah, I gave you a couple of shout-outs through the race.
Did you? Thank you very much.
No.
Appreciate it.
So it's all about a sense of community. How was the car tonight?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. In quali, it was good because, you know, once you get the fuel off it, and we set a lap right at the end, and we were right on edge with it. We had nothing left more in it, and we managed to get P2 with it, which I was stoked about. In the race, as the track temperature warmed up, there was a little bit of understeer creep back into it again. More so because when the yellow flag came out and we filled up early, so we had a little bit of extra weight in it. But yeah, it was a good car. Good fun. enjoyed driving around, and yeah, it was Simon and Nathan worked well together again, and I just couldn't bring them back throughout the race. So yeah, they've worked well together all season actually.
Yeah, the same. We mentioned that a couple of times. The same people get to come in the commentary booth every week, and they say the same thing every week, you know. So
Yeah.
maybe you should jump in one of these Beamers.
I thought about it, but I decided when round 3 came up and we had the option to jump ship to different cars, and quite a few jumped into the BMWs from the Mercedes. I thought, no, I'm going to stick it out. But my favourite car would have been the Audi, but it wasn't available at the start. So maybe next year.
Good
Yeah,
car, that. Good car.
I don't know about the Audi. No.
I'd
I'll stay out of this one.
I've driven it a couple of times in the AMF, and I really liked it.
Yeah, it's just a good, strong, stable car, isn't it? You know.
Yeah, and no one else was driving it too, so
That's right. That's
you
exactly
stood out a
right.
bit more.
Yep.
All right, mate. Well, while you're in here, Scott, congrats on your podium, P3 for the final race of the season. You have an open mic. By all means, shout out to team sponsors, anything like that. Anyone you'd like to thank at all?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd like to thank you guys. You know, you just turn up every week and do the broadcast commentary. Later on tonight, I'll go back and watch it. And you know, thanks to the admin, you know, that turn up every week and run the AMF series. You know, they having live race control is just a real benefit of this series, and something it should be proud of. It's awesome to have that. As far as team goes, I'd like to thank a couple of guys from Delta Force Racing. They started turning up late in the season. It was really good to have a couple of teammates in. And yeah, and if you haven't, head over to SG1 Sim Racing on Facebook. Give it a like, and we do live streams, V8s and AMF. And yeah, that's it.
Yeah, cool, mate. I was about to say that you got to give a plug to your live stream, mate. You're always there. You're always live streaming. You're another one of the community members that keeps live streaming, mate. So you got to give a plug out to that, mate. So no, that's good, mate. Check him out. All right, well, thanks for joining us in the commentary booth this week, mate. Once again, congrats on your podium, and hopefully we'll see you next season, mate. All right, now let's bring in Simon Larder. Simon, how you going, buddy?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. How was your run tonight?
Good. Great. Amazing. I kept it off the wall, kept it clean. That's all that matters, yeah?
Yeah, that's it. P2. Well, you got a result as well.
Well, I mean, it's P2, but that wraps up the championship as well.
Yeah.
So it meant a little bit more. All I was trying to do was keep it clean and finish the race.
Yeah,
as
that's
long
it.
as I could do that, then I was happy.
No, that's awesome work, mate. How was that? How was the set tonight for the Beamer?
Good. I'm forever chasing down Nathan. It seems every race I'm chasing him down. So I've still got a little bit of work to do, but yeah, it was good.
All the other boys are gone quiet. Mitch, questions?
Go for it.
Next season, you going to stick with the GT3s, or do you reckon
No.
you'll go up?
No, I'll probably look at the GTEs. We're actually having a big launch in the next week of all our new paints, and a lot of those include GTE cars. So I think you'll see a couple of us move up there.
Oh, that'll be good.
Yeah,
Go over
because
the big boys.
you boys are always up the front of the GT3 class.
Mm.
Yeah, we actually just recruited Brady as well.
Brady
So,
McHugh.
Yeah, so we got some more front runners up there.
Yeah, there was some issues with him tonight as well. He pulled back in the pits. He was up the front with all you lads running for a bit.
He was. Unfortunately, I think he made a bit of a mistake into the second corner and ran out a little bit wide.
Oh, that happens. All right, mate. Well, while you're in here, by all means, you have an open mic. Give a shout out to your team, your sponsors, anyone you'd like to, mate. By all means, go for it.
Yeah, perfect. Hey, just thanks to Ryan and the boys here for running the AMF series, and of course you guys Podium for the broadcast every week. You run a good show, and of course I can't forget all the guys at Riot Sim Racing. Dean, Jeremy, Andrew, BJ, Nathan, or now Brady as well, Andrew, Aaron, everybody. You guys all make it an interesting and a fun week.
Well, that's it. If you have teammates that show up in this kind of series, mate, you're going to have more fun with it, hey? And that's awesome that you've got Brady McHugh as well. That's going to... Yeah, you're all going to be up there in the same colours and flying the same flag, mate.
Yeah, just wait. Keep your eyes on the Facebook page for next week and we'll have a bit of a reveal for you.
Yeah, killer. I'm looking forward to
Give
it,
the
mate.
Race on Oz boys a run with their numbers.
Yeah, no worries. We'll take them. Let's go.
They seem to have about 10 guys in every race, so
Yeah. Well, we're getting there.
yeah.
I don't know how many we had tonight, but we're getting there. Almost every race, there's a good, 5+. So
Yeah, there is. Yeah.
good turnout.
So you're up there with the most team numbers.
Yeah. To be honest, we just have fun. That's what it's about. We all learn off each other. We all share our VRS data and stuff like that, and we all just enjoy what we're doing. We just enjoy having fun with each other and enjoy, good hard race.
Cool, mate. Well, look, congrats on P2 for the race tonight, but another congrats on taking out the GT3 Championship, man. You've done your team well. You've raced awesome all season, mate, and we've had a couple of chats with you as well. So that's
Yeah, we
always a
have.
plus.
Thank you very much. It's been a good fun season. We'll hopefully do the same thing next season.
Yeah, well, that's it, mate. I think you need to go and have a couple of bevies with your teammates and celebrate that win, mate. All the best to you, mate, and we will see you back next season.
Sounds good to me. Cheers, boys.
Cheers, mate. All right, let's bring in Nathan Anderson. Nathan, how you going, buddy?
Yeah, good. How are you guys?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Good race from you, eh?
Yeah, cheers.
Yeah, mate. Nice and clean and up the number one again.
Yeah, always a good battle with Simon, and unfortunately, Brady lost it on the second corner. But yeah, always a good battle.
Yeah, because Brady was with you for a little bit, and then Simon was just saying he had a little bit of an issue.
Yeah, we went side by side through turn 2, but I think he just got on the marbles and hit the wall. But I haven't checked the footage yet. But if I hopefully.
Well, that's what happens in racing, man. All season as well. We've had a couple of conversations with you this season, and you've dominated these GT3 classes. Obviously, it'd be safe to say that you'll be moving up to GTEs next season.
Yeah, I was just talking to Simon. Then we're going to be bashing doors again in GTE next season, so can't wait.
Got any car choice at the moment?
I'm tossing up between the Ford and the Porsche. Not too sure yet. Want to go something a
bit different. Yeah, true. There's not that many Fords in there, should I say? Spit it out. Come on. All right, Nathan. Congrats on... Yeah, Porsches. There's a few, mate. Oh, my God. It's too... Oh, I need sleep. All right. P1 for the night, mate. Congrats on that. You have an open mic. By all means, give a shout out to team sponsors. Anyone you'd like to thank.
Yeah, big shout out to just Brady and Simon again. Always great racing with you two. You guys in the commentary booth for showing up every week. All the Ryan and everyone at AMF for putting this on week by week. You guys do a great job. Shout out to Pulse and to our new primary sponsors, Century Batteries, and also Sam Security. Great to have you on board, and look forward to coming back next season and challenging for the championship.
Trent.
Hello.
Hello. Sorry. Just having a little bit of difficulty there. How you going, buddy?
Yeah, good. How are you guys?
Yeah, mate. Good. How's the bottom step of the podium, mate, in the GTE class?
Yeah, no, it was good. It was good to get back into some racing. Had some pedal issues, so just bedding in the new pedals that I've got and learning some new braking techniques.
Awesome. What pedals you got?
Just a set of Fanatec V3s.
Oh, nice. Always good pedals, man. But it's P3 for the race, man. You did a really good race tonight.
Yeah, I was a bit disappointed with my qualifying. I damaged the car halfway through the fuel run, so I didn't really get a chance to do a low fuel run at the end of the qualifying. So I started 6th, I think it was. Jumped 2 positions during the early pit stop under the safety car, and then just managed to stay out of trouble. Had some good battles with some of the guys. Some pretty scary moments, but really good, clean drivers are in that field. So yeah, we managed to get through a few tight areas without any incident.
Oh, that's awesome. How did that Beamer hold up in the setups tonight?
Yeah, it seemed to go alright. I had to play with the brake bias a little bit as the stint went on. It was just partly getting used to the brake pedal, partly I think I was just burning the front tire.
Yeah, and the temperature just went up a little bit as well. There was nothing major there as well. I heard that from the GT3 boys. They said a little bit of understeer from the cars.
Yeah, and there was a little bit of understeer towards the end of the stint. I just fed the bias a little bit towards the rear, and that seemed to help with that.
Awesome stuff. Well, congrats on P3 and the GT3 for the last round of Season 7. You have an open mic, mate. Give a shout out to all your team, your sponsors, anyone you'd like to thank, mate. Go for it.
All the boys at Trick Sim Sports, shout out to them guys, and Trick Custom Fabrications for sponsoring the team. So, and obviously Ryan for taking the time to run this thing, and you guys for the broadcast and everything.
No worries at all. Oh, well, mate, all the best, and we will see you back for next season, mate.
Thank you very much. Take it easy.
Cheers, mate. All right, let's bring in Chris Whitaker. Chris, how you going, buddy?
Yeah, good man. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad, man.
That's the way. That's the way.
Back in the comms box with us again.
Yeah, it's been a few weeks, but we're back.
Yeah, that's it. That Ferrari did well tonight, mate.
Yeah, no, we didn't really get as much practice in during the week as what I would have liked to. I was away for the whole week with work, but a little bit in on Friday afternoon, or Friday night rather. A couple laps early this morning, and totally stuffed my qualifying lap and all that sort of fun stuff. But no, the safety car kind of saved my butt. I think jumped a lot of the cars, as you would have seen on the fuel there, and still came home with about 8 litres in the tank. So no, it worked well.
Yeah, pretty much every car came in. And that safety car.
Yeah, there was a few that stayed out, which I was a bit surprised that they stayed out. And I was, yeah, but it's what it is. I mean, Darren was the one of my teammates there was the one that ended up on his lid. And as I was just coming out of the chase, he said, "Oh, I'm on my lid," and I didn't really click with what it was. In hindsight, if I had, could have darted in the pit center, it would have been primo, but
yeah.
No, it still worked out well for us anyway.
Yeah, cool. How's the Ferrari hold up tonight?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. It was really good in practice and quali. Obviously, when we had the 20-21 degree track temps, the thing was just an absolute rocket ship. But yeah, with the 26-28, I was struggling towards the end there with the front starting to go away. But yeah, I think I definitely have to thank Steve. He saved my butt there quite a number of times with the toe the whole way through the race. So just keeping us out of Craig's hands. I'm not 100% sure what happened with him. I'm assuming he ended up in a wall or.
Yeah,
but,
just hit the inner wall. Yeah, coming into the dipper, he just tapped the left side wall.
Oh, it's easy to do.
Yeah, always on Bathurst, isn't it? Really.
Exactly right. Yeah, that's it.
Oh well, congrats to you. You're back up the middle step of the podium. So,
yeah, that's it. It would have been nice to have another one up, but you know, we've got to share the love. That's Steve's first GTE win. So
yeah, I was just about to say that.
Him. Yeah, no, he's done well there. He's long time coming. He's definitely well deserved. So no, it's good to see he's finally got the number one there. Unfortunately, I need to peel the number one off my car now and give it to Craig, but these things happen. Yeah, I've managed with that one. Unfortunately, unfortunately for Justin anyway, he ended up having that spin and that cost him P1 in Pro Class. So that's put me up one, and yeah, so I might not have the outright championship, but I got the Pro Championship. So now I've just got to go and plead my case with Ryan to stay pro and not get upgraded to elite.
Yeah, that's it. That's the point of it. When they upgrade you to the next class, that's when things change.
That's it. So we'll see how we go. We're both salesmen, so we're both full of it. But we'll see how it goes.
No, cool, man. By all means, you got an open mic as usual. Shout out to your sponsors, your team, or anyone you'd like to thank, mate. Go for it.
Yeah, sweet as, no worries. So first and foremost, Ryan, Justin, Dave, the whole crew, all the guys that put AMF together week in, week out. Thank you very much. It's been an awesome season again. It's always great racing. So thanks to all the competitors, both the GTE guys, GT3 guys. Without the competitors, obviously we don't have a series. So it's good to just get some consistent numbers and real good numbers every single week. It's awesome. You guys, commentary team, fantastic job week in, week out. When you rock up, that is. Just a little backhanded comment there.
Don't pick on me.
That's it. When you're here, you do a bloody good job. When you aren't here, I had a terrible run last week anyway, so it's all good.
Oh, well, then you should be thanking me then.
That's it, exactly. To Craig, congrats on the championship. Steve, second outright, and congrats on his win tonight as well. To Darren, one of my teammates, he's picked up the AM championship. As I said before, I picked up the pro championship, so it's two championships for FT1 this season. So that's pretty bloody good. We're really happy with that. Last but not least, a big thanks to our supporting partners, so Demon Tweaks, Sim Racing Collectibles, RMS, Sim Speed, all those guys. Thank you very much for your support, and we look forward to doing it all again next season.
Cool, mate. Well, that's awesome from you and all your sponsors. You've got that rehearsed down to a T, mate.
A little bit of practice, mate.
Yeah, I was about to say that you're in here every second week, aren't you? What's going on? Oh, third week.
It's been a few weeks, mate. Been a few since I've been in here. So.
Yeah, probably about 4 rounds. I think.
Yeah, something like that. Too long. Too long.
What's going on?
I'll make it a point to come see you more often.
Yeah, I was about to say, mate. You gotta come on, get back into 3, 2, and then get your 1.
That's it. We'll see how we go.
All right, mate. All the best.
Awesome.
Congrats on this
boys.
season, mate. You drove absolutely awesome all season. So congrats on having a good season, and congrats on tonight as well. And we're so looking forward to seeing what happens next season.
No worries. Awesome. Thanks, boys. We'll speak to you soon.
All right. See you, Chris.
All right. Cheers, guys.
All right. Let's bring in Steve Lattimore. Mitch, all yours.
Thank
See
you.
you.
Steve.
Hello, Steve.
Hey, fellas.
Well done on the win, mate. First one for the year.
Yeah, first one for the last race.
You've converted your pole positions into a win.
Yeah, quite a couple of pole positions this season.
Yeah,
And finally, yeah, it pays off.
it
No
does.
glitches, no accidents, no mistakes. Took the safety car, the pit stop under the safety car this time around.
You learnt then.
Yeah, definitely. I tried to make Craig think I wasn't, and then dived into pit at the last second, but he followed me in.
Yeah, well, the pit stop seemed to have hurt Craig anyway, so.
Yeah, I think he must have dropped in a bit more fuel, or maybe had like a tyre unclicked or something, and he dropped back a few positions. Because with the safety car, taken out extra fuel, so I only dropped in like 19 litres, and even that was way more than what I needed for the race.
Yep. But no, you done a good race. How did the car hold up?
Oh, the car was good. Once you get like around 7 laps, full speed, the tyres does get a little bit, heated up. But around Bathurst, it's very easy to control the pace. You just got to punch it down the straights and hold like what I was doing at the start of the race with Craig right behind me. Hold him off between down the 2 big, nice long straights, and then drive at my pace that feels comfortable and not gonna eat up the tyres over and down the top of the hill, and then gun it down those big straights again.
Yeah, well, that's what you do. Is you just got to keep Craig behind you.
And Chris in that fact as well tonight.
Yes, well,
Yeah.
sorry, yeah, Chris and Trent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Chris
both of them.
basically followed you the whole race after a few laps.
Yeah, no, there was parts where I might make a little mistake. Chris would close in, and then he would make a mistake, and I would open it up again. But we're basically sitting a second and a half between each other. that whole time, which
Yeah.
was loads of fun.
I would have been a little bit of pressure.
Yeah, but with the time ticking down as quick as it was, as long as I, just done what I was doing, taking a little bit easy, lifting off for some of those corners, I knew that I'd be able to hold him off, even if he did get onto the back of me. And racing with Chris is quite, you got a lot of confidence because he's not going to throw it in there.
Nah, not at all. He's not that kind of driver. So,
No.
tell me, how does it feel coming around that last corner and last lap, taking out the win?
At Bathurst, it's even more special. Barely done any time behind the wheel this week leading up to it because we had the 24 hours of Le Mans.
Yeah.
And yeah, there was not much of a championship to be racing for. Just honours within the team, and hats off to Craig. He done well all season. And yeah, I'm assuming a lot of teams were like that, or drivers were like that. But yeah, to come over there, and I don't know if I had any incidents, but I do know Craig rubbed me up in the pit lane a little bit.
Rubbed you up.
Yeah, just in the fast lane.
Alright, let's have a look. No, 0 incidents.
Sweet.
0 incidents, what it says on my screen anyway.
Yeah.
It says that on mine too.
And I think it was just a 0x. But yeah, I do know he gave me a little bit of a rub when we tried to convert over to the pit lanes.
Just a love tap.
Yeah, nothing much. But yeah, it was a really good race. Bit, hold your breath there for the first few laps. Then the safety came out, which was nice and relaxing. Eat away some of that time. Then the mistake by Craig eased the pressure up a bit. And then it was just maintain the pace to Chris and hope that Craig doesn't make his way up through the field.
Well, he was there at one stage.
Yeah, I saw him coming, and I don't know what happened to him. Obviously, a mistake came in play somewhere.
Clipped the wall into the dipper.
Bugger. But he's still got the championship, I'm sure of it. He'll have number 1 next season.
Yeah, well, we had confirmation today. Even if he didn't turn up, he still would have won it by 16 points.
Yeah, not much, mate. You're that close. You're that close, Steve. So look, next season's yours, bud.
We'll see.
I'm putting the pressure on you now. We're gonna call it, brother.
Yeah, no way.
All right.
We got to wait for setups, track list.
No, you'll be good, mate. You'll be good.
Just send it.
Just 100%.
Hopefully, my computer is all sorted and I'm not getting any more bugs and glitches.
Now you're making excuses.
Yeah,
I was just about to say, a good tradie doesn't blame his tools, bud.
It's never was my fault. It's always the car.
Yeah, that's it. It's the car that everyone else is racing the same setup in.
But yeah, no, it should be an interesting season next year. Hopefully, next season, sorry. Hopefully, we'll see more people such as Trent there, and Phil. He misses out on a few. I'm surprised we haven't seen any of your cars up there.
Nah.
He had one in there tonight, mate.
Yeah, I know. I got past him. I was flashing him, saying, "Get the hell out of the way."
Yeah, I saw that you lapped him.
Yeah, but that's a different class.
Yeah, massive difference.
Yeah, so I want to see one of your boys in the GD.
Look, we'll see. We'll see what we can do. I'm trying to get the boys in here, but they focus on V8s too much.
Yeah, I know.
So,
you got to tell Ross to give that up.
Yeah, and not only that, this whole rallycross, I don't know, fiasco that they're on the ball at the moment. I've got to pull them away from that as well, but
Just tell them you're not doing paints.
yeah, that's it. That's it. You got to run in a pink car.
Yeah, I've told them with the new stadium tracks, I'm not painting it to the craze dies off, and if you're hardcore into it, then I'll paint it.
Yeah,
If you're
that's
not,
it.
then no, because I'm not buying the car. I'm not looking to do it.
Yeah, no, it's like that, isn't it?
I might hire Isaac to paint it.
Yeah, he's a good painter.
Yeah, he'll be around.
So
All right, Steve, while you're in here, man, as usual, give a shout out to all your sponsors and everything like this. I think this one's going to mean more to you because you're on the top step of the podium tonight, and especially on the last round of the season. Coming in a close second for the championship as well, man. That's got to speak 1,000 words. Massive weight behind it. So by all means, give a massive shout out.
yeah, like to thank Race on Oz, Harvey Bay Race on Oz, all the sponsors over at the forum. Too many of them to mention. All the guys just taking part in the season from our team and all the other teams. It's been an awesome season this week. This one around. You guys over at Podium for broadcasting it. AMF for putting it on. Ryan, Justin, and the crew over there for doing all the race control stuff. And yeah, hopefully we'll see a lot more of it next season.
Cool. Well, once again, congrats on your top step tonight, mate. That has got to be an awesome end to the season for you, man.
It would have been better if I had my teammate Justin right up there, because we were fighting for the championship as well.
Yeah,
sadly,
he was. Yeah, he was close.
Sadly, on the third last lap, he ended up. He done brilliant this season.
He did
for
well.
his first time.
Well, the start of the season, you were, unbreakable.
Yeah, so hopefully I'm sure if it's not Phil and Chris, it's me and Justin, who's got at least a team championship.
Yeah.
If there is such a thing.
We'll have to check the stats and see who goes through
I
it.
think there should be a team championship. Craig's the only one in here. He can't win that, at least.
Yeah, true.
All right, still would win it.
Keep that in conversations with Ryan there.
Yeah.
It'll be another list we'll have to work out, but at least we'll have RMS to sort it out for us. That'll be nice and easy.
Yeah, that's it. If the system works, we'll have a lot more easier time around working it out. Like even just trying to work out after those drop rounds, the points championship and what the difference was, and who I'm actually racing, and who I wish I was racing. It was still a little bit too much for me. I go back to Ryan and go, hey, what's the go here?
By the way, I think you just annoyed Hayden because he just wrote in the YouTube, wow, just leave me and Tyler out.
Well, I did say the whole team, our whole team. So, but it's always about me with that kid.
Yeah, you just have to put a pink dummy on the side of his car now when you paint it. So he just threw his dummy out the pram.
He should be in bed. He's got exams tomorrow.
Oh well.
Get to bed, you.
Yeah. All right, mate. Let's all wrap this up for another season of the AMF GT Dev Series. Also tune in next week for Week 13 special event, a 4-hour race. You'll probably see all of us there again, and we'll have this conversation again. Hey, Steve.
Hey, fellas. Thanks for the broadcast and everything, and hopefully, yes, we'll see you next week. I'll have to find another victim to join me.
Get Hayden to join you. You seem to leave him out.
Yeah, I might mention. Can you imagine if I leave him out after winning with him, or going well with him?
Oh no.
Yeah, I done a great race. I don't know if I had another driver in there, but
he was just turning laps.
Yeah, no, he was just there to hold the fort down.
All right, from all of us here, I'm gonna call it a day because we can sit here for a week. We could sit here for so long. I gotta give a big shout out for man behind the scenes, Isaac Edwards, gives us information all the race long. Mitch Wiley for coming and joining in the commentary booth. Got a big shout out to obviously Century Batteries coming on board and making this series happen. Also behind the scenes, CM Security, also RMS or Dave Clements as well, that makes everything happen, the software stuff. All the people and Podium that are coming on board to help me out, build this and create hopefully something entertaining for people to watch. If it's not entertaining, by all means jump in the Facebook chat or the YouTube, we can have a joke about it. Everyone that comes and drives and shows up to these every week in, week out, it gives us something to broadcast about. And the more you send it and the more you smash it, makes it more entertaining. Just keep note of that. And we'll see you back here next week for the week 13 race for the AMF GT Dev Series. Also Thursday night we'll have Pace Syndicate, Simfinity sponsored V8s again. And as of the AMF GT Dev Series next season, we have massive things here happening. A lot of people coming on board, a lot of things changing. So it's going to be a massive season from us at Podium. Yeah, so that's probably me going to sign off on that one without giving too much info. Mitch, you got anything to add?
No, nothing at all.
Nah, had enough. What
Had
about?
enough talk-
Should I
talk about-
unmute Isaac?
Yeah, we'll give him
Unmute
talk.
Isaac. Isaac, you got anything?
I just want to say thank you for, first being the commentator for the first half of the season, now the director. So I've got an extra responsibility to put myself under. But yeah, it's been fun and can't wait for next season.
sorry, not sorry.
Yeah. He's like, I got promoted, bitch. Shut up, Mitch. All right, lads, that's from all of us at Podium Broadcasting. By all means, keep tuned into what happens with the channel and stuff. There is big, massive things happening. I'm not going to give you any hints whatsoever, but we have new people joining and also maybe a different look, plus with a different name. So, tune in next week. And thanks to all the AMF guys for putting the setup and the races and everything. And I'm going to shut up and see you next time. Adios.
Safety car, safety car, safety car. Slow down, single file, guys. Single file, safety car, safety car.